Hey everybody, it's week 2, Monday, so it's the start of the second week. And today, needless to say, was rough. It's the only way I can put it. I can't disclose a lot of stuff that happens in group because it is confidential. But when you are in this group and you are sharing so many emotions and you all have chronic pain, so you're sharing that aspect of life, you care about each other regardless of how long you've known each other. So some of these people have known each other 2 weeks, some of them 3 weeks. For me, I've only known everybody 1 week, and then we've got new people in today. They're starting their first week. So you care about each other, and you are there to support each other because it is such a challenging program as well as situation that you're in. You just want to get better. You want to have the best life you can, and you're on your way to recovering from this chronic pain syndrome. One of our group members is no longer with us because of a situation, and it really upset a lot of people, so including myself. I can't disclose again any information, but the rules are the rules. Policies and procedures are in place for a reason. It's just the way things were presented that really upset a lot of people, how things went down essentially. And in group discussion then, things got so elaborate and heated that I just broke down and I was like, I want to go home. I was bawling. I just wanted to go home. I couldn't handle the drama. I couldn't handle the tension. It was nothing personal. Everybody in that room is allowed to have those emotions of either frustration, stress, anger, sorrow, sadness, love, happiness, whatever their emotion is. They're allowed to have that, and so am I. But it just elevated and escalated. So it was very, very challenging to get through this morning because all this stuff happened this morning. And, it made me feel a little bit like I was a test bunny or a lab rat with how everything went down as far as the stress and the angst and the anxiety in the group grew. I'm like, we're supposed to be learning how to be calm and deal with chronic pain in a stress-free way so that it's minimal. And this was definitely not that kind of situation. So it made it feel like, why is this happening in this situation? Because it's the opposite of what I feel like we are supposed to be focusing on. So it was tough. I'm not giving up. I didn't leave really. I didn't do anything. I am participating in all the programs, meetings, independent groups, whatever it may be. But, it's frustrating when you do start to care for someone as far as a group member and you see them not succeed. So that was the morning. And like I said, I did break down. This program is beyond intense. I just came from doing 6 weeks of pretty intense cognitive therapy and based on chronic pain, but it was just therapy itself, just cognitive aspect in a group setting. And that was open talk, discussion, group setting, but this is just like a whole nother level. This is extreme. They want you to get any kind of feeling you've had in your life out, that you've been holding in your life for as long as you've been holding it, from your toes to your forehead out, and somehow they're going to pull it out of you, it feels like. And maybe that's the point, is to dig and dig and dig so that you get all those skeletons out and then you feel better. I'm not real sure, but I know that I felt very frustrated this morning, and I felt very lost and very like, holy hell, where am I going with this? I just wanted to go home. Truly bawling my head off. I just wanted to go home. Everybody was crying in the room. It's that intense. So today was a rough day. As the day progressed, I went to physical therapy and I had OT and all that stuff. And, it got better. I just made the best out of it and definitely participated. And as much as I'm upset with a situation, I've already made up my mind that I'm gonna give it my 100% because I'm there for me. And even if something happens with another group member that might upset me, that's not my purpose of being there. So my purpose of being there is to figure out how to live a positive, productive life while in pain and not have to be on pain medicine or anything. So the afternoon was a lot of like activity work. It wasn't so much psychotherapy, it was physical therapy and occupational. So that was kind of nice. It was good timing. We did have another rage group. If anybody saw my video from day one, that was a rage group. And that's when I talked about infertility. Today, I didn't really speak up. I kind of like prompted people to speak up, get out of their comfort zone, and really just say what's on their mind. We have some new members that I was like, hey, why don't you talk? Because it's scary, and it's like, I don't want to like punch a bag. I don't want to scream in the middle of 20 people I don't know. So, I think having somebody there that would support you is really, really important. And then normally the nurse that does the punching, holding the punching bag, wasn't there today, but he also then entices the person, whoever it is, by saying, whatever the situation may be, he'd be like, think of that time and ... So myself found it upon myself to fill in for him since he wasn't there while they're punching the bag and getting their rage out, so that they could focus on that situation that really made them upset. And it was see, to me, that was therapeutic. I didn't need to do the rage today. I wanted to support people and almost live vicariously through them and just be that, seeing them feel better. So that worked. I will say the other thing about this morning that got me so upset is I feel like I carry everybody. I'm very empathetic. So I carry people's emotions on me. And that is something that I need to learn to not do anymore. Because it wears you out, and I really shouldn't be worried about anybody but myself. But, I have a big heart and I feel for people. So when they hurt, I can see that pain and I hurt, or, I want to make it better. And that's the people pleaser in me as well. But, so when everything was going on in this room in group therapy today, I wanted to help. I was feeling people's anger. I was feeling people's frustration and, and then my own. And then I was just feeling it escalate and escalate. And, I just kept getting more and more upset for the situation. The other thing is, last week I did make a comment about, please don't make jokes. A lot of people make jokes when they feel uncomfortable. And I get it. I do it too. But there's some times in our groups when we're very, very in a serious situation, very intense situation, with a very good conversation. And it's like, not the time to crack a joke even if you feel uncomfortable. Because even if there's only 5 members, 3 of them may be having a very in-depth conversation. So there was a few of us that made a comment like, please don't make jokes, whatever. So that kind of came up in that group discussion today too. And I was like, it wasn't like, of course, me having to justify everything. It wasn't at anybody specific. And then I explained what I just said to you, that it was more in the sense of, if there is in-depth conversation going on, not a time to crack a joke. If there's silence or beginning or, something that's not really, people aren't interacting and getting really involved, that's probably a better time. That's all I meant, because some people took it, personally, and it definitely, I'm not the type that ever would point something at somebody unless I literally said your name and said, hey, Bob, this is what I think of this, but I'm not that type unless that's the case. But I am the type that will say something just to make a point if something needs to be addressed. So that was part of that crazy morning discussion. So not only are we, all very emotional about the situation, I'm also trying to defend myself as well as the other people that felt that way, saying, don't take it personal. It wasn't addressed just at you, and, we all care about each other. We're just saying that there's a right time for everything. That's it. So it's been a really, really long day. I had a really, really bad headache, but it is slowly going away. So I'm hoping that they switched my migraine meds, and I was really hesitant that it's not going to work, but hopefully she increased the one and then she gave me something else too to help with that. So I'm hoping between those two, I stop having migraines as often. I've had one literally every single day since Thursday. And then I had one Monday of last week as well. So it's like Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, which is crazy, but it is what it is. So this is my Monday report. The afternoon, like I said, we did rage, and then we had kind of like how do you put yourself in a good sense? So it was like closing your eyes, finding a safe place. What's your safe place? Whether it's a bed, I thought about my camper. What do you smell? What do you feel? What do you taste? I'm going it through the 5 sentences in an imaginary sense to get yourself into that safe place if you're having anxiety. So, you know, at the end of the day, that was a good way to wrap up. I was definitely ready to go home and eat some dinner and just relax. I moved my grad school courses to start on February 8th. I was supposed to start this Thursday, and I talked to my advisor today and just said, you know, being in the middle of this program and starting school at the same time is just not going to happen. And I kind of gave him the heads up about that before I started the program. And he was like, well, let's just get you scheduled. That way you're on the books. And if we move it, we move it, and that's fine. I said, okay. And he was great. So I'm very, very blessed to have a great academic advisor who checks in on me regularly and just wants to make sure I'm doing okay. So I kind of told him about the program and like, you know, it's just a lot of time, and I want to devote 100% to this as well as to the master's program. So in order to do that, I can't do both at the same time. So I'm very relieved to know that everything's been moved to the 8th, and I have some time just to finish out this program. Well, that's a wrap. I am just about to relax and go to bed soon, but wanted to give you an update about today. And I'm feeling okay right now, which is good. I was pretty a mess earlier, so it's nice that I'm kind of calmed down. But I really do feel that hopefully all this I can look back at and be like, this is why I'm a stronger person. This is why I have more insight into life and can live a productive, positive life dealing with pain. So on that note, have a good night, and I hope all had a great Monday. Thanks. Bye.